Guys, Witchfinder here. In this video, I'm going to do a review of all the tanks from levels 1 to 3. So, looking at the level 1 tanks, you've got the BMP-1, the ERC-90, and the Type 62 LT. There isn't really much between any of those tanks. They will all take around about 2 days to fully upgrade, which is worth doing, especially at that level. They all have around about 2,000 armor, so picking between the three of them, there isn't much between them. At level 1, you want 2 tanks, so I would start with either the BMP-1 or the ERC and the Type 62 LT. That's got slightly more armor, so it is worth having as the second tank. But at level 1, you need no more than 2 tanks. Just in case you do lose your first tank, you don't want to watch the battle from the sidelines, so make sure you do have a backup. When you move up to level 2, again, there's only 3 tanks at this level. You've got the BMP-2, the CV-90, and the Type 63. The BMP-2 is a reasonable tank. That will take around about, I think it's 2 days to fully upgrade, as does the Type 63. Type 63 has a lot more armor, but it is a very slow tank. It will take 2 days to upgrade, but the armor is over 4,000, and it does have a reasonable RPM and a reasonable gun, so it's worth getting just because it is such a fast upgrade. Now, if you look at the NATO, that's the first medium tank you can buy at level 2, which is the CV-90. That is an incredible tank, and it will still be relevant up to level 5. It's got over 5,000 armor. It's got an RPM of 46.5, which if you add shiny camo and a Premier decal to that, it's pretty much just constantly pressing the fire button. It is that fast. It's a really good tank, but that's the first one where you are looking at serious time to upgrade it. I think it jumps from 2 days with the Type 63 to around about 30 days to fully upgrade the CV-90. It will be a credible tank before it's fully upgraded, but you are looking at a serious length of time rather than just your 1-2 days with every tank previous to that. But it's a worthwhile buy, and it will serve you for like a few levels to come, so stick with it and fully upgrade it. Then when you move up to level 3, this is the first level where you will start meeting premium tanks, and you'll probably start meeting clan players. So I'll run through the tanks you can buy with silver first. There's 3 light tanks. So for Russia, you've got the BMP-3. For NATO, you've got the M41. And for China, you've got the Type 62L. They will all take around about 3 days to upgrade. They've all got about 3,500 armor, and they all do around about the same damage, and they're all reasonably fast. Isn't much between them. My personal favourite is the Type 62L. Then you've got, at level 3, you've got 3 medium tanks. They've all got, the benefits kind of go up and down with each one. You've got the T62, the Leopard 1A3, and the Type 59. The Type 59 does the most damage, but out of the 3, it has the least amount of armor. The T62 is the fastest. It's got out of the 3, it has the middle amount of armor. It's got 4,900 armor. And I would say the best all-round is the Leopard 1A3. That's got over 5,000 armor. It does around about the same amount of damage as the other 2, It's reasonably fast. It's 94 for the top speed. So if you're adding camo to that, you can get it up to around about 100. If you're playing at level 3, I would say you need 4 tanks. And if you are playing for free, you are going to need every single medium tank that is available. And with the medium tanks, the medium free tanks, you're looking at around about 60 days to fully upgrade them. With the light tanks, you're looking at around about 3 days to upgrade them. And they are reasonable tanks if you're playing against free players. The only problem is that you will start meeting premium tanks. So the premium tank that is available all the time is the Leopard 1A5. Now, that will cost you gold, which will take you a long time to save if you're playing for free. Or if you're going to buy it, it'll cost you around about £7 if you're buying the gold. This is a really credible tank, though. It only takes 3 hours to fully upgrade it. It's got over 6,000 armor. It's around about 100 miles an hour for the speed. And the gun is 1,470 fully upgraded. So it's a very good tank. And it's if you move into that level and you want to compete instantly, buy the 1A5 because it is such a quick upgrade and it's a very powerful tank for the level. There are also 3 seasonal tanks. There's the Phoenix, which is the summer tank. There's the Krampus, which is the Christmas tank. And there's the Spring Spirit, which is the spring tank. There's also another one coming out for Halloween, I believe. I don't know what that is, but they are all roughly the same. They take slightly less time to upgrade than the medium level 3 tanks. The silver ones, there's one less step. But so there is still 12 steps. But you're looking at all of them, they have around about 2,000 to 3,000 damage from the APCR shells, and the armor is always just under 7,000. So it is a giant leap from what you can get with the silver tanks, which is why if you're playing for free, you will need at least 4 standard tanks at level 3. And I would buy every single one. I would buy the Type 59, the Leopard 1A3, and the T62, and a level 3 light tank, because to compete with the level that the premium tanks are at, you need, unless you've got a really good team that you're playing with, you need to have more than 1 tank, because the damage that these guys deal is just, it's on another level. So that's kind of what you need to do to compete with these guys. When you get to level 3, I would recommend joining a clan, because at the very least, to compete and to stay in the game with these premium tanks, you do need some kind of regen. So either play with VIP and use the VIP regen, or join a clan and use the regen with them. Even better if you join a clan that's got mines. If you're dealing damage through mines on some of these premium tanks, you're going to have a chance. So that's kind of like level 3 is the first sweet spot in the game, where that's a good level to play at. So stick at level 3 as long as you want until you get bored before you move up. But that's kind of like my recommendations. Playing at level 1, you need 2 tanks. Playing at level 2, I would say play with 3 tanks, which I would play with either CV90 and Type 63, well, probably every single level 2. And then level 3, if you can and if you want to pay the money, buy the seasonal premium tanks, because they are a class above. But if you're not staying at that level for long, if your plan is to work up through the levels, it's possible you can avoid it. You can play for free with the silver tanks. I play at level 3 on the Singapore server, and I do have all 3 medium tanks, and I've kept the CV90, and with those 4 tanks, I very rarely lose. The only times I do lose is if I come up against these seasonal premium tanks. But have a play, see what you like, see which tanks work for you. Some people like slightly faster tanks, some people like the ones with more armour, some people like the ones with a bigger gun. To see each of these tanks in more detail, have a look at my playlist for the upgraded tanks. I've got every single tank from level 1 to level 3 currently uploaded, except for the Phoenix and the Krampus. But they are very similar to the Spring Spirit that I do have a video for. Have a look through, see which ones you think will work for you, and just have fun in the game.